Hi, I'm Rena Bonilla, the Health and Nutrition Agent in Dickinson County, and today we thought we would bring you a fresh new recipe to try at home. This recipe has staple food items that you most likely already have in your fridge, and for the ingredients that you don't, no worries. All these ingredients are currently found in our local grocery stores. This recipe incorporates a different variety of vegetables to create the illusion of a rainbow on your plate. The recipe is called Veggie Tostadas, and these are the ingredients that we'll use. We'll use canola oil, we'll use 1 onion, a red bell pepper, 1 green bell pepper, a can of corn, 1 zucchini, 1 yellow squash, and a can of refried beans, as well as we'll make a pico of fresh tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and a medium onion and cilantro with 1 lime and salt to taste. Eating many vegetables can give your body the healthy boost it needs and lowers your risk for many chronic diseases. For example, red vegetables reduce the risk of several cancers, lowers blood pressure, and may help improve memory. Yellow vegetables protect against age-related vision problems. Green vegetables improve your eye and heart health, and beans, well, they're a good source of protein and fiber. And it can serve as an alternative protein for the night, helping you on your food budget. But first, let's wash our hands and then we'll go to our produce. So we are going to begin by washing our hands properly. We'll go ahead and turn on the water and have running water. And you'll want to make sure that you apply enough soap to wash your hands for 20 seconds. Make sure you lather the soap onto your hands very thoroughly. The friction lifts the dirt off your hands. And make sure that you wash for 20 seconds again. If you don't have a timer, you can sing the happy birthday song twice. Make sure you get between your fingers and right underneath your fingernails to get all the germs off. And then rinse your hands under running water. And dry your hands off with a clean towel. Next, we'll get started on washing our produce. It's really important to wash our produce to take away any germs, bacteria that are on the food items. You don't need soap because soap can be harmful and it's not made for human consumption. All you need is just cold running water. And make sure that you even wash the produce that you need to peel, because cutting the peel with our knives can transfer the germs onto the item that we eat. Make sure to put your fresh produce onto a clean plate. And now we're ready to begin. Okay, so we'll begin by chopping our vegetables. The equipment that we will use today are a couple of mixing bowls, a colander, spoons to mix our veggies and the beans with, a pan, and a frying pan. And we also have this cookie sheet with aluminum to heat up our tostadas. So now that we have our vegetables chopped, we will go ahead and heat 2 teaspoons of oil in a medium skillet, and then we'll go ahead and add our veggies in until they are softened. So this usually takes about approximately 6 minutes to do, and then we'll set it aside to start on our beans. So we will put 2 teaspoons And let that warm up a little bit. And we'll go ahead and add our veggies. It's got a lot of good colors in there. Next, we'll start with the beans. So we'll heat up 1 teaspoon of the oil in another pan, and then we'll also add 1 tablespoon of finely chopped garlic. And we'll cook for about 30 seconds, and then we will add a can of refried beans, and we'll mix the beans and the garlic together, and then we'll set it aside once that is heated up. For the sake of time, we use canned beans from the store, but if canned beans are not available, do not panic. It is actually cheaper to buy the dried beans and cook them at home. With some planning ahead of time, you would need the beans to soak overnight, so that would allow the dried beans to absorb the water, which begins to dissolve the starches that cause intestinal discomfort, and the beans will actually also start to double or triple in size. Once that is done, the following day you'll place the beans in a large pot with fresh water and bring to a boil, and then you reduce the heat and simmer until the beans are tender and firm. So next we'll get started on our pico. It is actually cheaper than buying a container of salsa at the store, and quite frankly it tastes better because it's fresh. All you'll need to do is chop up the Roma tomatoes and the rest of the onion that we did not use in our vegetable mix, and the cilantro, and we'll place it in a bowl, add a little bit of lime and salt to taste, and there you have your pico. There's our pico. So after finishing up our pico, that's it. All that is left to do is you'll spread a thin layer of your beans onto the tostada. And here's a helpful hint. If you actually warm up your tostada in the oven just for a few minutes, it'll create a nicer crunch for you. It'll be nice and warm. So after you spread the beans, then you'll grab a spoonful of your veggie mix, add it on top, and then your pico. And you do have the option of purchasing queso fresco, which is a Mexican cheese, and if that's not available in the store, you can actually substitute it with a mild feta cheese, and it creates a nice flavor on top of the tostada. And that is all. All it took was about 25 minutes to cook and prepare, and we only spent $12.35 for this meal, and this meal will actually feed a family of 4. So it's quite the bargain, and you already get a nice meal.